Hello everyone, Specter here and welcome to Star Citizen. So today is the 6th day of the 2953 IAE. This showroom contains multiple ships manufacturers, so including the Argo, Outland, Kruger, as well as the Greycat. Well, that one is the mining rock, that land vehicle, mining vehicle. Alright, so before further ado, let's get to it first. The first stop, you can see this is the MPUV. You got two variants right now. One of them is cargo, the other one will be personnel. The only thing between them is different is that this cargo, you got a pod like this, and you can hold, I believe, 2 SU worth of cargo. Of course, you can put a person in here at the back. While for the personnel, you got of course, a pod for personnel. So if you watch my video about the the 890 jump, you can see there's you got an escape pod that looks like this one, exactly the same thing. Just simply that one would be much luxurious, while this one is a little bit more clumsy, or maybe a little bit downgraded, I would say. Right now, you can't really swap it out for the modules, so because the MPUV is actually the first part of the ship, this thing at the back can be swapped out in theory, but right now you can't do that, so you need to stick with either one of them if you want to really purchase one of these. So now to enter the ship is via this pod here, and this is the only place, so-called, for you to control the ship. And you can see something is very weird because, well, generally speaking, this thing, you can't, like, you can buy it, but I won't suggest people to buy it because this thing is somewhere, I mean, you can't really travel to anywhere because you don't have the quantum drive. So if you purchase this ship, well, unless you got some other specific missions, so for example like loading up things at the local maybe space stations or planet, if not, this thing is not very useful. Not at all.
I think I've absorbed as much as I can for now.
And of course, these kind of utility small vessels, they don't come up with any kind of weaponries as well. So it just simply for now is for fun only. No other uses. Okay, let's move on. On the right hand side of the showroom, you can see there's two ships. There are two ships for the Kruger. And one of them is the Merlin, the other one will be the Archimedes. So basically speaking, these are snub fighters. They don't equipped with quantum drives, as same as the MPUV over there. So it means that you were stuck with the local, planet or space station, instead of like really travel to another planet or the other system. So basically, you can treat it as the kind of local defense force if maybe in the future you want to describe how you use it. Alright. And also, this is kind of like escort fighters for the Constellation series of ships for the RSI as well, for some of them. I believe that the Andromeda, the Aquila, they all equipped with like this Merlin, while the more elegant and more expensive Phoenix were equipped with this Archimedes. So the only differences of these two ships is that this Merlin come up with 3 guns, while the Archimedes got 4. So it means that the Archimedes is a kind of upgrade version of the Merlin, and also is a stronger version of the Merlin as well. So in order to enter the ship is via here, the ladder. And I believe that this ship is not equipped with missiles, as long as I remember. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, yeah, this is all you got. 3 size 1 guns. I believe that 2 of them are laser repeaters, 1 of them is kind of ballistic guns, or maybe ballistic Gatling guns, I forgot what is that anyway. Alright, so these are the armaments you got for the whole entire ship. It's not that bad if you talk about like small bounty missions, but you just simply need a kind of mothership to carry you over there. That would be fine. And the Archimedes in here, generally speaking, as I said already, is an upgraded version of the Merlin. So the same thing happens in here. Enter the ship by here. And you got 4 size 1 laser repeaters instead of 3 size 1 weapons. Also, doesn't come up with missiles, just guns. So if you guys really like to fly this ship, these ships they are quite cheap in the game. Just about 300,000 in-game credits. You can purchase them, I believe. I mean, less than 300,000. But just simply remember they can't really go anywhere. Just simply for you to enjoy and fly around the area. Right in front of you is the Raft. It's an Argo Raft. So it's a kind of medium cargo freighter. And, well, for now you can't see any kind of thing in here. Maybe it's just for me or just simply the design. I mean, there's some bug or something like that. Usually it will come up with some, like, containers in here, but right now it's not here. Or maybe they changed something, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Anyway, yes. So, you can hold, like, 96 STU worth of cargo in here, and these clams supposed to hold like a long container, maybe because they now got the long container for, you know, in the game, introduced it already. So that's why they removed the container that's supposed to be held by this raft. But anyway, the way it works supposed to be like you lower these clamp those containers and hold it up like this. Good side is that you can offload and load up your ship very quickly because those containers supposed to be preloaded, right? So you just need to be clamp, and then you got everything. But the downside is that those containers are being hanged outside of the ship, so it means that except for your shield, nothing can protect those containers. So if in the future those containers become something that is like destructible by enemy fire, then it means that those containers would be at risk. But right now it's still okay, so no need to worry about it. Alright, so someone is very generously introduced how it works by clamping here, the elevator. And someone pressed the wrong button and go to the top right now in here. Yep, so this is the engineering station. And you got some ship modules in here can be accessed to. And you got a tractor beam station over there, but right now it's not useful at all. Right, so I'm sorry, is this supposed to be a tractor beam station or it's just a clamp station? I forgot what it said. But anyway, it's for you to load up your things in here at the back. Probably it's lower the clamp and something like that. Not really the tractor beam. Yeah, please forgive me. Like I haven't really played this game for a long time. Are those people like lock me inside or just simply my own stupid thoughts? Here, let them to climb down there, then I can... Why my head looks like this? Okay. Anyway, so this is the mid-section of the ship, which is the second layer of it. You got some gun racks in here, and some places for you to hold your armor and undersuit in the future, probably. Now you got the washroom over here, and you got a living quarter in here, which is very nice if you can look at your own stuff over there while, you know, having some tea. And you got a kitchen area and some bunk beds in here as well. I don't believe that you can treat as a escape pods for these. I believe that you can't. So yeah, this is just for you to sleep. This section, the right hand side here is the elevator, while this side is the airlock. So people are lazy, so they will use the airlock to jump outside of the ship when they embark or when they land. And this is the bridge, and you got two seats. This one is the pilot seat and this one is the co-pilot seat. They show no differences basically. So this ship, you can see there's no weapons at all, but I believe that you can still manually, or you purchase it, and yeah, you can actually put on some weapons for your ship, like 2 size ones, I believe. But basically speaking, normally speaking, this ship is better for you to stay out of trouble if you see some sort of combat action hanging around in the area. And the co-pilot seat, as long as I remember, the co-pilot seat is the place for you to access to the turret. I believe that there's a turret hanging around, but I can't really find the, you know, the button for that. That's really great. So this is really the downside of like stay out of the game for a long time. Oh, there you go. I found something. Yep, there you go. Here. 2 size 3 guns in here, laser cannons, to cover the upper part of the ship, which is still very fine. I mean, as a medium freighter, this firepower is enough already. You're not supposed to use it for fighting anything else, so just try to keep someone away from your ship. Personally, I really like the ship, just simply being very simple. You don't need to worry too much about. Alright, so I'm being lazy, so I just get outside of the ship like this. Alright. So on the right side you can see you've got a mining mole in here. This is the medium mining vessel from Argo. To be honest, this thing flies like a brick, so just be aware. And also one more thing need to address is that if you have any problems to fly this thing out of the hangar in the space station, you can easily like do one thing to encounter this problem. Make sure these engines into VTOL engines leave until you leave the hangar. Yeah, because if you rotate the engines, then all of a sudden it will drop on the floor again, which will destroy your ship. So make sure if you want to fly out of the hangar, you make sure you stay in VTOL mode first until you leave the hangar. I'm not so sure whether they change it or not, but at least at my time it's still like this. Alright, so the only place for you to get inside the ship is via this elevator.
Not the best I've seen from this manufacturer, but still a pretty solid showing. I heard that their CEO was actually...
And you can see this is the engineering station. And on the right side and left side they are the same basically. So open it, you can see a place for you to hold a undersuit or armor. The main reason is that you got a mining head here. So the person who sits in here can control the mining head on the right hand side because I'm on the right hand side of the ship. But the fact is that since this position is actually outside of the ship, so it means that if you're mining in space, then this thing is really like, I mean, you can't really breathe unless you got an undersuit on. So just be aware, okay? If you have, if you really need to handle or control this mining head, no matter it's on the right hand side or left hand side of the ship, you make sure you put on your undersuit and helmet at least.
Next call.
Yeah, I'm about ready too. Let's go.
Alright. Okay, so as I said, that way is the same, so I won't go there again. And let's move to the upper section of the ship. Alright, and you got a living quarter in here, the mess hall. You got kitchen and stuff for your crew, as well as back there is a living quarter. Yeah, the true living quarter for your crew to sleep, lock out and lock back in. I believe that these things are, they are supposed to be, if I don't memorize it wrongly, yeah, they are escape pods as well. So this one is escape pods. So in the future, you probably can escape from the ship via these beds, because you can see it, ejection mechanism. May fire accidentally. Oh my god. So yeah. Accident happened, right? So ask your friends to sleep on it and make sure that accident will happen. And you got a toilet in here. Oh, by the way, you got some lockers over there as well. Both sides. Now let's move on. Here you got some engines in here. Or maybe not engines for... not so sure what is that. But anyway, there's another mining head underneath here. And usually people will use this mining head instead of the other two up over there. Because compared to those, this thing is going to be concealed. So you don't really need, in theory, to be like wearing the undersuit. But the fact is that I can say you better wear your undersuit as well, still. Why? Because this thing, basically when you're leaving your chair, when the chair rotates, they will consider this one is like in vacuum space, and you will like lower your character's health. So just be aware of it. And now you can see there's a lot of dirty things on your glass. This is the kind of downside if you're holding a mole, having a mole. You really need to go back to base to repair time to time because of these kind of things. When you repair it, they clean up the glasses for you, which means spending some credits to clean up the ship. Best choice for you to use the mining mole in here is that you better to have like at least 2 people, because if you are not in a very good position, then you need to keep on running back and forth between the mining head and the cockpit, which is quite annoying at some point. But if you don't really care about that, then of course you can do whatever you wanted by yourself. I always do that when the time I own a mole. So the last time I checked, the mining mode is supposed to have like 2 size 1 weapons, but for some reason I can't see it right now, which is very odd. But anyway, except for those weapons, you're supposed to have none. So yeah. So basically the co-pilot is like somewhere between, it's not really useful at all, so just an extra passenger seat over there. So let's move on to the other ship. Oh, by the way, before I leave the ship, I need to tell you guys that the cargo capacity for the mining material for this mole is 96 SU worth of cargo. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Alright, so right in front of you is a very buggy Argo SRV, as well as the new ship for the Argo family. So it's a towing truck in space, and comparing to the Mole as well as the Raft over there, basically it's a smaller version of it. And also, sorry about the lag by the way, because of the graphic and stuff is not keeping up. Anyway, we got a very huge tractor beam at the back, which is very, very impressive. You can tow a very huge vessel that is out of power, and of course the shield must be down. But currently the ship is quite buggy, and the reason why you can see that I actually tried it to get inside the ship, but I kind of like nearly trapped myself for a few times to figure out something. Anyway, for science, I will show it to you. How does it work? Now you can see the elevator right now in front of you, but sometimes you can see it's disappeared, which is quite odd. I need to like spend some time to figure it out what is going on until I find myself like really jump on it like this. Okay, make sure you're in the center, and I close it so that I can stuck myself on. Well, this thing is really buggy to the point that the whole ship is leaving the ground actually. So well, yeah. Anyway, so this is the interior of the ship. Right here is a bed, and it's a very tiny living quarter because you're supposed to be like doing the one-man job only. You got some gun racks in here, as well as like a locker for suit or armor. And the midsection at the elevator part, you can see some ship modules and stuff.
Seems like it's gonna be a great show.
You can access it by pressing these buttons. And lastly, you can enter the place called a cockpit, which you can sit on it and pilot the ship. Well, since this is not a combat ship, I believe that, well, even though, yeah, it comes up with like no weaponries, but according to the experience, I went to the mall, I saw nothing over there. I assume that you can put weapons on it still, but not going to be a very huge size weapon, maybe size 1s only. And of course you don't have any kind of missiles. The only reason why people won't visit this ship because it is very buggy. I suppose, I believe that in here somewhere you can access to the turret, you can, a camera facing backwards so that you can see what you're towing. But the fact is that I can't press anything except for power off and also exit. And in the middle, you got a HUD in here, I don't know what is it. Now, here comes a problem. If you press M, you can actually activate. For some reason, it's not working. Oh, okay, it works now. Alright, so this one is for the tractor beam. So it means that like this, all of a sudden, if I press it, if we have like something looks like this happening, control something. Alright, but of course you need to aim first, which you need a camera facing backward to do such a thing. But right now, you can't see such a thing. Alright, now, here comes the most buggiest part for the whole ship right now, at least for this ship that they show in here. is that okay? Now you may wonder how to leave this ship. Well, very good if you have a very good observation. You got a button in here that's called HAPS, which is for this door, while you got a lift, which is open, is for the elevator. So open it and it's supposed to carry you down there. But here comes the problem. If things is not going that way, then you can see I'm trapped in here. That's exactly why I am not really... I mean, they really need to fix the ship. If not, like everyone is going to trap like this. Now you can see there are lots of Outland ships. You got the Mustang Delta in here, which is a combat variant among the Mustang series. You got 0 SU worth of cargo because it's a fighter after all. And I believe that is the only ship you're equipped with rocket pods. So to enter the ship, you can press like this, open it, and the other side actually. Sorry, I mixed it up. So this is the only way for you to get inside the ship. And on board the ship, you can see actually you got a very huge glass surrounding you. Okay, from top to bottom, basically you can see everything, which is very good. And you got, I believe that those are all size 2s, laser cannons, and also like laser repeaters. But I believe that you can change it into size 3s at some point. I forgot what is it already. So yeah. Anyway, 72 rocket pods. I mean rockets. But they are not very useful. At least the last time I tried it, it's not going to work. Alright, so let's exit the ship. And here is a starter ship, the Mustang Alpha. You got nothing in here, but you got some hard points, so it means that you can still, like, if you wanted, you can purchase some weaponry and like stuck it on it. And comparing to the Delta, you got a cargo bay in here, which you can put cargo finally. So basically, a long time ago, it wasn't be something really can put cargo. You can't even put boxes in here, but right now you can put cargo, which is very, very amazing. So when you open it like this, you can put some boxes inside, or maybe you can smuggle a few personnels in here. Just be aware, don't be trapped inside. If you're trapped inside, then good luck for you. Now again, the only way to get inside the ship is via that ladder. Like so. To be honest, as a starter ship is quite a good ship as well, because you got a very good visibility. And of course, you can only have like 2 size 2 laser cannons right now for the turret, because you didn't arm with any kind of weaponry right now. But of course, if you arm with a lot of weaponry, then well, it would be a very powerful fighter. Right here is a Nomad. They said it's a Mustang Nomad. I think that something goes wrong, because this is the Outland Nomad. It's not the Mustang. Mustang is these kind of fighter type vessels, but this is a Nomad. This is the only ship to use hover technology. Even though you power it down, still it looks like this. Okay. Now, this ship is quite amazing because as a starter ship, you've got the most cargo capacity, which is 24 SCU, I believe. And you can actually put your boxes right here to stack it up, or maybe if you're good for, if you really like mining, then you can put a mining rock in here as well. Just be aware that your mining rock need to use your cockpit facing outward, while your tractor, your mining beam, mining arm, okay, that part you need to retrieve it, so that you will make sure that that thing will stay on the pad in here. The only way for you to get inside the ship is via this ladder.
Best I've seen from this manufacturer.
And well, you got some ship's components in here, a tiny window to look at the cargo outside, as well as a tiny washrooms without a sink, which you need to wash your hands via this sink in here. You got a kitchen area and a bed for you to lock out and lock back in. Right here is a cockpit, which is quite impressive here. Oh, actually, I can't press it. Right, so visibility wise, it's a very good ship, and you got 3 size 2 gimbal mounted weapons, or maybe you can change it into fixed size 3s in the future. For missiles, you're supposed to have 8 of them, I believe, but right now it's not responding, so I don't know what happened. Alright, so let's move on. In front of you guys is the Mustang Beta. Well, this thing, nearly no one will fly it because it's supposed to be exploration ship or expedition ship for the Mustang series. You got no cargo capacity, and later on you will know why. Comparing to the other Mustangs, you got a very interesting feature of it. So again, I enter the ship via this place. I mean, so again, the weaponry wise, you got only like 2 size 2s in here, but of course you can arm with something else at the hot point at the wings so that you increase your firepower. But this is not the the thing that is special for the ship is that, well, if I press Y like this, which is very odd to walk outside of a ship, which I remember wrongly, probably. Never mind, let's get back to the ship first. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Another year, another IAE.
Alright, so I believe that how to exit it is a very big problem though. I need to figure it out, like I forgot the way to exit it. Oh, there you go. Like this. Ta-da! Okay, good. Now, comparing to the other Mustang, this Mustang got an interior here. You got a very tiny bed, a kitchen, and a washroom in here. Which is very good because it's an expedition ship after all, so it means that a long journey of travel is necessary. So that's why you can sleep and log out and log back in, doing some sort of refreshment by making some food by yourself, okay? So these kind of things would be very helpful for your journey. And over here is very extremely rare for someone to fly this ship, which is the Gamma, Mustang Gamma. It's a racing ship, got 0 cargo capacity, I believe. Comparing to the other Mustang, you can see there's no turret down here at the nose because you need to decrease the weight as much as possible to increase your speed and like mobilities, right? Unlike some sort of very fancy racing ship, got a bed and washrooms and also cargo bay for it. You still got 2, I believe that those are size 1 laser cannons. But anyway, you can add more weapons, but just simply, well, yeah, it's not necessary for you to purchase a Gamma at all. You just purchase a Delta if you really want some fighting action, or maybe Alpha if you want to have a cheaper option for that. Okay, so let's head downstairs. At this tiny corner, you can see those Greycat showroom in here. A lot of Greycat vehicles, like this golf car, which is very tiny, but for some reasons, as long as people are not shooting you at sight, you'll be very well protected from gunfire. So, well, in Orison, people use this thing to ram the others. I mean, the NPCs, you can see that. So this one, I forgot what is that called. Was it? Oh, STV. Yes, it's a newer version of, larger version of the golf car. They call it as a racing car, but the acceleration itself is not that good. You can put some boxes in here if you want to do some like delivery missions in the future, or maybe in the future they develop some huge underground facilities. Then you really need to have some, you know, these kind of vehicles hanging around so that you can drive yourself from places to places inside of that facility. Here is a famous mining rock. People always like it because it's quite useful and also beneficial. Now the only way to enter the ship is via here, I mean the vehicle, which is not going to work. Well, can I enter the vehicle? Come on, please. Oh, I can see that. There you go. Alright, so just like the mule, you enter the vehicle like this, and for some reason it's not going to... Okay, there you go. Alright, so, by the way, this thing is not protect you from any kind of planetary element, so if the planet is too hot or too cold, you still suffer for that. So just be aware if you're going to like Aberdeen in Hurston, or maybe going to like somewhere cold like in Microtech, then you better have a suitable spacesuit for that if you want to do some surface mining with a rock. So to deploy the mining head is putting
systems on.
M, suppose.
Fracturing mode on.
But it's not working. It's not showing you anything with that. It's very, very odd. Alright, so it's supposed to come down and then like you to swing around. Okay, so this thing is a big brother of the mining rock here. It's a ROC-DS. So comparing to the rock over there, this is the two-man vehicle, so it means that you need two people to operate it, suppose. But if you're lazy enough, you can operate by yourself still, just like a mole. Okay, now enter the pilot seat is from here again. But compared to the rock over there, this pilot seat is protecting you. It's sealed indoor, so you can be protected by the space element. It means that you don't need to worry about too cold or too hot, I believe. But the downside is that you will lose control of that mining head unless you do something like this, leaving your seat and then walk outside. So, good side is that, well, you can protect yourself from any kind of too hot or too cold environment for most of the time when you're traveling with the rock itself, the vehicle itself. But the downside is obviously because like you can't really move these mining heads around like very like comparing to the rock. Okay, so it means that like if you are not positioned in a good way, then in a rock you can move your vehicles by yourself, but in here you need to leave the seat, go to the cockpit or driving seat, and just simply need to relocate it again, which is very, very bad. And also one more thing, if you overcooked some rock and it's about to explode, for the rock itself you can just back up and stay far away, while this thing, well, you just need to take it because, well, yeah, you can't move around with this seat. And both of them share the same feature, is that if you want to access to your mining minerals, you can open it like this. Both of them share the same thing, okay, so you don't need to worry that much. So basically just like this, okay, and then you can get all the things that from the storage of the vehicle to your backpack or the other places. And here is a HoverQuad for the Outland. It's a hover bike again. For some reasons it's facing backward instead of forward towards the people. So it just simply looks like this. Well, it's a newer newer version of among all the hover bike, so it looks cooler and also more, you know, more things for you to interact with.
Welcome. Your journey begins now.
Yeah,
All
okay,
systems
good.
operational.
So now in here at the back, I believe that you can access to the storage here. It's a very tiny one as well. You can just do it like this and then you can put things inside, which is very, very cool. Lastly, you can see this is the Outland Pioneer. Yes, so this thing is quite expensive as well, as you can't really get it very frequently because this thing is a mobile based builder. So it's a kind of ships for you to build outpost. So now I know that CIG introduced that you can build outposts without this Pioneer, but maybe in the future we'll talk about it, like what's the advantage of having a Pioneer to build an outpost for you instead of like having some minerals and materials to build an outpost by yourself without a ship. But anyway, yeah, this thing is very gorgeous. I really hope that I can see this whole thing hanging around, but since building outposts is not really a thing right now, so well, it would be somewhere in the future then. So that is it for today's video about the Outland, Kruger, Argo, as well as the Greycat showcase for this 2953 IAE. I hope you enjoy, and I shall see you guys next time then. Bye bye.